thread of these issues runs from institution to institution. Yes. And we've heard them. I mean, in the last couple of weeks, we've heard them over and over again. The quality of food, the quantity of food, the method of discipline, not enough books in school for them to be able to do their job, overcrowding in some of these spaces. These are the things that these students are complaining about. That means they operate in a system that has already established a certain way of doing things. Now, Mang'erere, I can come to you and say it in the politest way possible. I can come to you and I can complain as somebody who was brought up very well. But if the system has already been set in a certain way, I would imagine that there's very little I will say, no matter how rude or how politely I say it or bring it up, because these are some of the things that peer mediation does train on.
Yes.
But those are the things that I have issues with. How do you turn those things around if the system is not willing to change them or hasn't changed them in years? And mind you, these issues that we talk about occur in the second term. In the second term. It's interesting because I said I'm actually going to go and check and see, did we see fires coming up in first or third term? And we didn't.
From what I know and what I have seen, even read in your newspapers, it usually occurs when students are almost starting to do their exams and they are under pressure. So we are not saying that peer mediation will eliminate the overstretching of students in institutions or improve the infrastructure in schools or improve the kind of foods that they eat. Those are challenges that most schools are facing. But what I'm saying is this. Even when students complain, the way they deliver their message, when they are trained, it will not occur in such a way that it can cause turmoil in schools. In fact, when we train students, not only students, because we also train teachers who handle those students, then they find better ways of resolving this because then they are able to understand other people's feelings. You know, let me tell you one thing about conflict. Conflict sometimes is about perception. If I draw a W in front of me here, it's a problem. And I ask you what type of letter I've drawn. You, without thinking, you will tell me it's an M. And if I ask your friend on the other side, he will tell me it's a 3. If there was somebody on this side, he will say it is an E. None of us is stupid or crazy. We are all right from our own perspective. We have put a lot of pressure in our schools because we do not have enough infrastructure. Sometimes the food is bad because that's what the school can afford, according to the fees that is available. But this is a problem that we know exists. What do? Do we send our children home? Do we ban the school? Is that the best solution to resolve the dispute? The issue is that our children will be taught to be calm under pressure because we know those pressures exist. To be resilient. And you see, as teachers try to find better ways of managing a very difficult situation, you'll find that students who have already been trained in peer mediation can be on board to work together to find solutions together with the teachers. Those ones that are available. You make a bad situation better by working with the students in a collaborative way. What we are missing is collaboration. Because even in conflict, we know what she's saying is very clear. Schools are undergoing very difficult times because they do not have enough money. They don't have adequate infrastructure. The food may not be what the children are eating at home. That's a problem that we know. But how do we approach that conflict in a collaborative way that may not result into what we are seeing right now? Okay. Because the answer is not panning up schools or pitting up teachers or closing schools. The answer is trying to look at conflict from different perspectives and trying to resolve it in a collaborative way. And the only way we can solve those conflicts in a collaborative way is having both parties being conflict competent, both the students and the teachers. So if we are training students, teachers equally require some kind of training on how to approach conflict because you may have very resilient students and very highly conflict incompetent teachers. That mathematics will not match. So both parties require some kind of training so that we can be able to handle conflicts which exist, which you cannot wish away, in a collaborative manner.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of empowering our students to that effect.
You've mentioned